If you haven't already watched the previous episodes, I'll link to those in my comments below just in case.
The main thing you need to know is that we were gifted this amazing experience by my parents because we were going out to celebrate their 40th wedding anniversary.
As you can imagine, vacationing with a large group of people can have some challenges, and one of the biggest things I think we were running into is compromising on what to do with our spare time. So one of the things we talked about with his siblings as kind of a fun adventure before the trip even started was going on a boating trip.
Some type of chartered boat trip.
Yeah, and maybe going like snorkeling. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about our turtle experience and what a catastrophe it was as far as snorkeling for me. I know. We'll get to that in a second. But as we were looking into this boating trip, it definitely wasn't everyone's cup of tea.
No.
However, when we were renting our snorkeling gear from
Boss
Frogs, I could tell he really wanted the sale of our large group for everyone to get snorkel gear. So one of the things he threw in to kind of motivate us was a boating trip. And for those of us who were interested in this, were excited about it, tossing that in for free seemed freaking awesome. So ultimately we decided to jump at it, and a couple people decided not to join us, and that's okay.
And we had an amazing time.
Stand in line, get ready to get on Calypso. Dad, say hi. Dad's photobombing. What the heck, Dad?
There's cold water up here if anyone's thirsty. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Where are we sitting? What are we doing? More sun?
He brought his own scuba tank.
Yeah.
That's about all I need.
Mentioned on here a few times how we've been so inspired by the Bucket List family, but seriously, you guys, we used to spend our evenings as a family sitting down, eating dinner, watching them on YouTube. And yes, I know how that sounds. And I don't know what it was, we just hit this point where I remember looking at you and being like, I'm so freaking tired of sitting here watching other people go on these big adventures. I want to do it myself. So we made a kind of decision between the two of us that day that we were going to work towards that every single day we were going to take a step in that direction. You guys know we take our kids on adventures all the time, but this was going to be our first time doing it solo, just the two of us, and we wanted to make the most of it, and that meant stepping out of our comfort zones and trying some new things. All right, so if you already saw our swimming with turtles experience, you may know that snorkeling did not go exactly as we had anticipated. If you haven't already watched it, I'll link it down below and you should go check out his hilarious but scarily accurate portrayal of my snorkeling experience. But anywho, here we were in a boat in the middle of the ocean trying it again. Did it go better the second time around?
I mean, without giving anything away, yeah.
I put my flippers on, my mask on, I dipped my feet in that freezing cold water, and I just pictured the Bucket List family and these adventures they take their kids on, and I knew I wanted that for our family, and I was freaking determined. I tried to pull out my inner mermaid, but even with the purple hair and my best efforts, let's face it, I looked a lot less graceful.
Shell, yeah, you did.
the best part of that trip. Even though that was the whole reason we went. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we had a blast, and I am so dang proud of myself for, like, persevering and making that happen.
Hey,
but,
pushing
like,
through.
But my favorite part was playing on the boat. How about you? Our boat had a slide off the back and a spot where you could jump off.
Oh, there you go. That was my favorite. Watching... Sorry, I forgot about that. No, watching my brother very awkwardly launch himself off of the slide, and you know, it's definitely weird because when you launch yourself off the slide, you know, in your head you think water slide, close to water. No, this just launches you and you're still a good 10 or 15 feet off of the actual surface of the water, so then it's just very awkward as people flail their arms and they tell you, tuck your arms in, whereas you just see people kind of flailing out and stuff like that. So that was pretty entertaining.
I wanted so badly to jump off that boat, but I just wasn't sure I was brave enough, and yet taking that step off and like just that free fall into the water like was kind of exhilarating. It was kind of crazy. I couldn't even believe that I like had the guts to do it, and then I kind of like made it my mission. I became like the personal cheerleader for like everybody out there who was too scared to do it.
There was a big old line of people scared.
Big old line.
Alright.
Here, tell me you to All right, Megs. Count you down. Here we go. Hold the ladies. Yeah, hold the ladies. 3, 2, 1. Hit it. I'm videoing here. Hurry up. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Just go.
got the guts, and I said, hey, that's okay, but just know, like, if you want this and you want to do it, you have it in you to do it, and it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger and go.
Now, one of the things that always makes me incredibly nervous about boating trips is like the feeling of motion sickness. I've struggled with it a lot over the course of my life. All I can say is Cairo care for the win.
Oh, baby.
Because I did not deal with that issue once. However, we did have a couple other family members who were really struggling. Your poor dad being the worst. I thought he was gonna pass out at one point. He was green. Thankfully, the boat staff had the fast-acting Dramamine.
Yeah.
And that made the world of a difference for him. I was really worried about that trip back.
I would definitely say within a few minutes, he had his color back.
Yeah. If you haven't already seen the rest of our Maui pictures, you can actually head over to Instagram and search under the hashtag #TheDivaDoesMaui and see all of them there. Thank you guys so much for being here today. If you enjoyed this comment, please give it a like. It not only tells me what type of content you would like to create for me in the future, but it really supports my channel, as well as your comments and your subscribes. You guys, I have a goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers. I know it's not that far away, but yet it feels so far away, so if you guys can help me out, and if you're not already subscribed, go ahead, hit that button. Otherwise, share it with a friend who you think might enjoy our channel.
Pass the love. Thanks so much for joining us.
See you on our next adventure.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say here.
You may know that snorkeling did not go exactly as anticipated. Okay, you weren't supposed to do that. What is this? So cheesy.
Very cheesy. But it's not very Gouda.